Hello, happy Friday morning. We had a busy week of sports. Good day last night of Thursday Night Football. We had the Bills and the Wildcats going crazy. Bills and Bucks last night. 24-18, Bills win. Josh Allen is an absolute warrior. He continues just to get beat up and beat up and beat up. He went to the medical tent, two or three times, and just kept fighting and kept scrapping, and just really, really amazing performance out of him. If you look at the stats, he ended up with 324 yards, 2 touchdowns to pick. A really, really interesting game for Josh Allen, 31 of 40. Didn't really get the running game going. Cook had 47. Allen had 41 himself, but 7 rushes for 41 yards, 31 of 40 for 324 and 2 touchdowns. That's a pretty darn good day for Josh Allen. Here in Indianapolis, everybody the pundits, I guess, are comparing Josh Allen and Anthony Richardson, which is kind of odd but weird. And I guess they're both big, strong dudes that kind of a little reckless, they think, throwing the ball. We don't really know much about Richardson because he got hurt, but yeah, it was a good day for the Bills. Baker went 25 of 42, 237 and 2 touchdowns. Big touchdown late there to Mike Evans, and then a Hail Mary just almost went to Chris Godwin. It was really actually a really impressive throw. But at the end of the day, the Buffalo Bills are 5-3. The Bucks are 3-4. If you look at the stats overall, rushing yards, Buffalo 115, Tampa 78. Total yards 427 to 302. Penalties 11 on Tampa, 9 on Buffalo. The time of possession was pretty close. So it was a pretty well played game. Buffalo was 10.5-point favorites, so the Bucks did cover. Over under was 43, and we had 42, which is amazing. So Vegas gets it right almost every time, don't they? It's crazy. So anyway, so that's what happened last night. The Bills needed that one in a bad way. They did not look good against New England. They were all over the place. Josh Allen did not really look good there, but they do get the win. But they move on, and yeah, they kind of get a nice little break here over the weekend. The Buccaneers fall to 3-4, but they're still right there in the race with the Falcons and Saints. Saints have our Colts this weekend. The Panthers are really the only team that you kind of shrug your shoulders at for what is going on there. Also, big game tonight, game 1 of the World Series, Zach Allen versus Nate Eovaldi. It's going to be a good one. I'm picking Texas. I think their offense is going to be too much. They were 90-72. That's a really good year. They both these teams snuck in as a wild card. Both have gotten hot. They beat really, really good teams. Zach Gallen has kind of struggled this postseason. 2-2 with a 5.24 ERA. Nate Eovaldi 4-0, 2.42. He is just nails on the mound there. So it's going to be interesting. First pitch is 8:03 in Texas. I don't know. I don't think the Rangers will sweep, but I think they get the job done in 5, maybe 6. The Diamondbacks or the Answerbacks are just. They are tough to pick against. They really are, because they do a really, really good job of hanging around and coming back and fighting. Carroll is just a stud. That is a really, really solid team. But I just think Texas, when that offense gets going, we saw this in a couple of these games. They can score 4 or 5 in an inning, get a crooked number, John Smoltz says, and they're off to the races. So I really think Texas gets the job done. It's going to be at home. They struggled. They lost all 3 at home against the Astros, which was super weird. I think they typically play better on the road than they do at home, but it's huge to have that home field advantage. Again, Arizona won the World Series back 2001. Texas has never won, so I just think Bruce Bochy, I think he gets the job done. I think that he and that experience, Corey Seager's got the experience, Eovaldi's got the experience. Hell, Max Scherzer has the experience. So I think that those guys get the job done, and then you sprinkle in all the young guys. I think Rangers. I'm going to pick Rangers in 5, even though excuse me, I could see them winning in 4. I could see them winning in 7, but I think their offense stays hot. I think they blow them out of the water. So anyway, we had football last night. We had baseball tonight, and then we're kind of off the races tonight. We've got a lot of high school football. It's the sectional second round for some, first round for others. We're in a district where we're the largest school district, so we had a bye last week. There's only 4 teams in our sectional. Other teams had 6 teams, so they got byes and stuff. So that's going to be going on tonight. It is going to be a perfect evening for high school football here in Indiana. It's going to be 77, 78, 74 around first kick. Around kickoff. It's going to start raining later, but it's going to be a perfect evening for that. Tomorrow, Saturday for college football, 67. Looks like it's cloudy. And then Monday, we have the temperatures drop down to 49 all the way to 50 for the entire week. Kind of a light slate of college football this weekend. Nothing really kind of grabs your eyes. Our Pacers actually play tomorrow against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland plays tonight, part 1 of a doubleheader. Of a back-to-back. Tonight they play the Thunder. Tomorrow we've got our Pacers at Cavs at 7:30. Game 2 of the World Series at 8. And then a lot of hockey. Look at the big games. Oklahoma, Kansas, Florida State, Wake, IU at Penn State. 32-point underdogs are the Hoosiers. Awful program that we got going on. And I graduated there, so I can say this, but terrible. They're not even competitive. They're throwing quarterbacks all over the place. Their line can't block. Their defense can't tackle. It is a terrible, embarrassing time to be an Indiana Hoosier football fan. The record is 2-5, and it's going to get to 2-6 in a hurry tomorrow. Georgia, Florida. 14-point favorite for Georgia. Purdue is at Nebraska. Nebraska is a 2.5-point favorite. Oregon, Utah. That's the big one. Number 8, Oregon. Number 13, Utah. Utah's coming like a freight train. Oregon's got the favorite by 6.5. I do pick Oregon. I think they get the job done on the road. Excuse me. What else we got here? Ohio State, Wisconsin. That should be a big game, but it won't be. Wisconsin's not very good. North Carolina, my Tar Heels play at Georgia Tech, 11.5-point favorites. Now we're ranked down to 17 after last week's mishap. And that's really it. I mean, there's not a lot going on. Old Dominion and James Madison. James Madison is ranked 25th, first time that they've ever been ranked, so that'll be good for them. Ole Miss, Vanderbilt, UCLA, Colorado. That'll be an interesting one. UCLA is a 16.5-point favorite. The shine has kind of fallen away from Colorado and Coach Prime. I still think they're interesting. I still think they're fascinating and worth checking out, but the shine kind of went away from them. And then as we get into the weekend, we'll talk about our Colts. Our Colts play the Saints. I don't know. our Colts are the only team that scored over 20, I think, in every game. Gardner Minshew looks awesome and then awful, kind of in the same quarter. Our defense, when they need a stop, they don't get one. Grover Stewart this is his second of a 4 or 6 game suspension for PEDs, which really sucks. That really hurts. He's a stud in the middle. Jonathan Taylor probably going to get the ball more as we continue on. He's got to be a big part of that offense. Josh Downs, my guy from Carolina, stud. He's going to be the next T.Y. Hilton. He's going to be a game changer all the time. And then you just hope that line can keep blocking and stay healthy. Because once we get past Gardner Minshew, we're back to Sam Ehlinger, and nobody wants that. So anyway, that's it for us. We're going to wrap it up. Thanks for being here. Just a quick hey, hello. Plan to do this about 10 o'clock every day. Even try to do it over the weekend, too. I don't think we got much going on this weekend. So just pop in, say hello. Make sure you comment below who you think is going to win. Tonight we got game 1 of the World Series. We'll talk about it tomorrow. We've got a lot of high school football going on tonight, a lot of NBA. So, but the big thing everybody's going to be tuned into is the World Series. So let me know who you think will win. What's your expectation? What's your guess? I expect the Texas crowd to be crazy. I expect those bats to be hot. I think the Rangers in 5. That's going to be my official pick. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Have a good Friday.